How about the head coach of Angelo State Soccer now, Travis McCorkle, who's with us, gives him an round of applause. There you go, Travis, go ahead.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Us.
Have you ever, I know you know David Wagner pretty well, obviously in the soccer field. Have you ever seen, can you imagine him dancing?
Yeah, I can. He's athletic.
Oh, man. You're always so nice to this guy. I feel like you got dirt on him or he's got dirt on you or something.
Look at the shirt he's wearing.
Oh,
how many other people around town do you see wearing soccer shirts?
Hey, I have been. Give you some respect for me. I have actually been to an FC Dallas soccer game. True story.
The professional team, not like a youth team.
No, I have in Frisco, the actual team.
Okay.
Not like a youth team down the street. Toyota Park.
Who they play against then? Let's test you out. See if you know another MLS team.
I think it was like the Vancouver Whitecaps or something like that.
Wow.
See? I know what I'm talking about.
No, more soccer fans just came in.
Yep. Well, more importantly, a Broncos fan. So let's talk about...
she looked sad yesterday.
So your team's won 4 straight. You win your Lone Star Conference finale over Midwestern State, and then you win a non-conference game against Southwestern Oklahoma. 14 wins, which is a program record, correct?
Yeah.
Great job by your team this year, but I guess, you went to a little... Yeah, I guess you call it a slump where you lost 3 in a row, didn't score any goals. Now things have changed. What has changed these last 2 weeks?
Oh, man, that's hard to say. I think that one of the things is that when you won, I think we had won 10 games, something like that, and then tied 1 before we went in and lost to Eastern New Mexico. And I think that when you win that many games and you win with big score lines and stuff, I think that it's natural. At some point, you're gonna get beaten up if you go into a game a little bit overconfident or not bringing your best game, and that's what happened when we went and played at Eastern New Mexico. That and the fact that we played on a field with grass that was basically covering our shin guards. It was pretty tough to play in. It was like trying to play on sand.
They were playing in weeds then, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was pretty bad. They hadn't mowed the field in a couple weeks, I'm pretty sure. So we put a Gatorade bottle in the grass and you couldn't find it.
Wow.
So it wasn't good. But that aside, there were things that we did that just weren't good enough in that game, and we let them into it. And so anyways, that was the start of it. And then we went up to Texas Women's, and we gave up a penalty early in the game, and then late in the game we give up a couple more. We throw the ball off of one of our own players that they score from, and then a corner kick that we let in. So just some things that we hadn't been doing all year that we got punished for when we didn't play the way that we usually had played.
So with all that said, you still have the number 2 seed.
Right.
You finished strong on the regular season. And now you play Eastern New Mexico again, the 3rd time this year in the Lone Star Conference tournament. And I'm guessing for you and for the girls, not necessarily against Eastern New Mexico, just the fact of what happened last year. You were the host, you lost in the first round. This is something that you've been looking forward to for a while.
Yeah, I think so. I think the girls are looking forward to that. I think that a little, I don't know if it's redemption, but kind of an opportunity to kind of set things right, hopefully.
And it's not just about the Lone Star Conference. You obviously want to win a championship. I get that, but it's bigger than that right now. You're number 2 in the region. We'll see what happens this week in the rankings. But you have a chance, win out, maybe to be number 1, right? Is there a chance you could maybe host this thing, or what do you think?
Maybe, I don't know. Something would have to happen weird with Colorado School of Mines and Metro. I think that those 2 teams at the end of the day will probably be in 1 and 2.
Okay.
I think this weekend with Fort Lewis losing, that will hurt us. St. Mary's right now is tied 3-3, and they're a team that's 500. And so if they lose this game today, that could hurt us in the regional rankings too for our record against a regionally ranked opponent. So, I'm not really sure, but the things that we want to focus on, are trying to win the automatic qualifier, which is the tournament champion would get, the trophy that comes with that. Last year we were the champions, but we had to share it, and it was kind of anticlimactic. We got the T-shirts shipped to us and the trophy, and we staged a photo. But we want to have one where we can celebrate after the game, and that's going to be more special, I think. So that's certainly, I hope, what we're trying to get ready for this weekend.
All right, so tell me who you got here with you today. We got 2 ASU soccer players to your left.
Yeah, 2 players. The first one is Ashley Exford, a redshirt sophomore for us, a defender. She's played outside defender and central defender. And then the other one is a junior forward, which is Sierra Anderson. So both of them very important players to our team.
Okay, we'll let Ashley talk first, which I believe you were the defensive player of the week this last week. Both of you guys were. I know Sierra was the offense and Ashley the defense. So Ashley, I guess that in soccer, when you are like yourself, a defender, you don't get like Sierra over here. She's scoring 20 goals every game. You don't get quite as much limelight as she does. But I guess that's just part of the job. That when you're a defender, but you still get a chance to
Yeah, I mean, we have some opportunities, like, for instance, a penalty kick, I guess you could say. But, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get the ball up forward for Sierra sometimes, so, yeah.
Well, let's talk about the season so far. Tell me about going to the season. Do you expect a season like this?
It just really hit us, really. But I really did not expect this. But with the 14 wins that we had, I'm really special with this team, and I'm really happy with where we are right now. And I think we can continue with what we have and can go forward with this win in our conference. So,
how determined is your team to win conference after what happened last season?
Oh, we're very confident, and I believe everyone's just ready to get that win and keep going further and further each game.
All right, before we give it to Sierra, one more question for you. Is Sierra Anderson the best scorer in the Lone Star Conference?
Oh, no, yeah, for sure.
For show?
Yes, for sure.
All right. I thought the answer was yes. I just wanted to see what you said. She said you got a defender in practice.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult, but yeah.
Okay, let's get Mike to Sierra.
She's giving you the look.
I know. Are you first off, Sierra?
She gave you a compliment, Sierra, and you gave her the look.
You give Ashley a dirty look there. Are you a little shy?
No, I'm never shy.
You're right. You act a little. So let's talk about this season for you as an individual. How much fun are you having this year? I mean, I know with obviously team and you, just because you've scored a lot of goals this year. How much fun have you been having this year?
I'm having a lot of fun. Like she was saying, we're improving each game, and we're doing our best to make an impact on the field every single time. So I'm having a lot of fun out there.
Have you worked on, I think I saw we had you guys at Cork and Pig early in the season, and we're talking about when you score a goal, how to celebrate. You've had plenty of chances. Okay, how would you, before I ask Coach McCorkle, how would you rate from A to F, how would you rate your celebrations on goals? I mean, do you do a shimmy or something?
No,
or do you do anything, or you just sit there?
I do like the simple clap, like encouraging myself.
So when you score a goal, you just clap to yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the soccer clap or like
Yeah.
the self high five?
I mean, I don't know. I need to work on it. I'll work on it.
Let me ask Ashley. Ashley, answer that
It
question.
needs to get a little more work done.
So it's like a C or a D probably? A little rough?
Maybe a C.
It's probably a B+.
Right.
No.
I bet Ashley would get funky with it if she got an opportunity to score. Being a defender, she would get down on it.
Did you score recently?
Just saying.
She scored a penalty kick.
Yeah.
On a
Yeah, I
PK?
scored a penalty kick.
And what'd you do?
I was really shocked, but I ran back to my teammates and
You were
I jumped
shocked
on
that you
them.
scored a PK?
Yes.
You should always score a PK.
You didn't
Hey,
do
it's
like,
really difficult.
so, I mean, I'm just curious. Both, anybody can answer this question. I mean, what would you have to do to get a yellow card if you celebrated too much? And would it have to be like 10 somersaults in a row and a flip? I mean,
Maybe.
no.
Excessive.
Has anybody done a flip or done anything after scoring a goal?
I haven't seen one yet.
You got to work at this. I mean, you got to add a little flavor, right?
You got to act like you've scored before. That's the way I look at it. Score and run back.
Well, Ashley did score the penalty kick,
Yeah.
but I will tell you, I yelled out to the field, I said, Ashley, tell Elizabeth to take the penalty kick. And she forgot that I said, tell Elizabeth, so she just went up and kicked it. I'm expecting Elizabeth to score the penalty kick, and she just walked up, and this was after a red card and some other things happened against Eastern, and she went up and hit it. So
Do you think she really forgot? Or she just ignored you?
she said she didn't hear. But I was really happy because earlier in the season I told her to take a penalty kick, and she said, no, I'm too nervous, and so she didn't. And so this one, the fact that she misheard it but still went up and took it, especially after, it was probably, ask them, it was probably about 4 or 5 minutes before you actually got to take the penalty kick. Yeah, because this was a game where Eastern got a red card, their coach got a caution. It was just kind of mayhem for a couple minutes on the field.
All right, so Travis, I got the microphone on you. Your wife, your lovely wife walked in, and
Yes.
she's a big Broncos. Now let me ask you this: before you guys got married, were you a Broncos fan?
Tell the real truth.
Probably not. Probably not. I was born in California, and so growing up, with Plunkett and the Raiders, I was probably more of a Raiders fan.
Oh,
I know.
and she's still married.
You.
I don't know. She didn't really know. She just knew I was a soccer guy.
You don't look like an ex-con type of Raiders fan.
Well, it's my record's been expunged.
Okay, that's good to know. I do want to ask a question because David's wearing the FC Dallas. What they don't understand on these MLS teams, why do they have to have the FC? Why can't they just be Dallas or whatever, have the mascot. Why have to have the FC? Why would we do the Angelo State FC then if we're going to do that?
Tradition. I mean, listen, how many years has football been around? Professional football?
We'll say the 30s.
Okay, so 80 years? Something like that?
Yeah.
So soccer's been around probably 150 years. So for back in the day, it used to be the name of the team and then football club for the tradition of the sport.
The FC stands for it.
Yeah, so that's what it stands for, is Football Club of Dallas. I know it's
I get it.
It's just tradition.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, you don't have to understand it.
What about Bronco Blue? Do you not understand that?
I understand.
Okay,
Orange Crush. Thank you very much.
There you go. Well,
all right,
that's
so
tradition.
Let's move on. 5 o'clock Friday night. 5 o'clock Friday night. You're at you're at Commerce.
Right.
You play Eastern New Mexico at Texas A&M Commerce. If you win that, you play the championship at 1 Sunday.
When we win that, yes,
Okay.
the championship would be Sunday at 1.
Did I say, yeah?
Quick question
When
first.
you win, you play at 1 o'clock.
Right.
Have you called the grounds crew at Commerce and had them mow the grass? Or?
We were just there 2 weeks ago, and trust me, the grass is short.
Okay, good.
All
Yeah.
right, good.
Just checking.
One thing before I let you go, one final thought. You called David Wagner athletic, and he had another birthday. You have another one coming up, don't you?
Oh, it just passed.
Okay, just passed. At what point do you think he's too old to play soccer?
It depends on your body.
I got a match at 8
listen,
tonight.
I told you 2 summers ago I tore a calf muscle, and I was like in indoor.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm done. I'm not playing anymore. So David's one of those guys that could probably play for another 6, 7, 8 years maybe.
What?
Yes.
You'd be like taking Social Security checks by then. What are you talking about?
David, listen, I know I've been complimentary, but he's one of those guys, I've played against him before. There are guys that have all that speed. The only thing that he needs to worry about is his brakes.
Yeah,
as you
he
get
can't stop
older,
very well,
as you get older, some of the guys like him have all that speed, and then guys like me go in to make a tackle or something, and then David maybe can't stop as quick as he used to
Like a
as
hockey
he gets
player.
older. Yeah.
Check you up against the board.
Yeah, but he's still got the speed, he's still got the fitness. He can probably play for, like I said, another 6, 7 years.
I tell you what.
I had 2 goals last Monday night after our show.
Whoa. If you were good enough to play professional, Travis should be your agent right here.
Well, yeah.
Show me the money. That's what I'm
10%.
talking about. All right. How about a hand for the Angelo State soccer team? For Ashley and Sierra and Travis McCorkle, thank you.
And my #1 fan, Travis McCorkle.
So